Oh my gosh, guys. Guess who's back? It's me. I'm back. And today we are talking about how do you deal with negative thoughts. Recently, I was with a friend, a very loved friend of mine, and we was like discussing it and like talking about like how do you beat the demon? How do you beat the demon of negative thoughts? And I feel like I came up with some good wisdom and some good advice, and it helped my friend and it also helped me, so I assume it will help one of you guys too. At least that's the aim. And it's nice because I feel like for the first time in like forever, like I feel like I'm on the other side in terms of I feel like I'm on the side where I can give advice regarding this topic rather than taking the advice. Hashtag healing. But yeah, so that's what the video is going to be about today. I feel like it's worth giving some like context to like me and like my life, so that helps you get like a grasp of where I'm coming from. I feel like I've only recently came to realize this, but my whole life I've been struggling with like intrusive thoughts. Like I don't condone, I don't accept. I do not agree with any of them, but like my brain just yaps, like it just says fucking anything. And I feel like that's probably one of the reasons I was so depressed for so long, because I would have these negative thoughts and I would spiral, like I would like go into some like long ass existential crisis, like am I this person, am I this terrible thought, like do I agree with this, because I was confused, because why the fuck are you in my brain if it's not me? At least that's what I thought, that's how I thought it worked. And that can lead you to like a very bad place, and I feel like I would always beat myself up about it, and that causes you to carry a lot of shame. Like I would wake up and think, ew, the fuck, am I that person? What I thought last Tuesday, am I that? No, of course I'm not that. But younger Maya did not know that. I thought I was the yapper up there, but I've come to the realization that I'm not. I'm the consciousness of that yap, you know? And also the fact that I know that they're negative thoughts proves that they're not mine. They're not my true like fundamental beliefs, you know? I'm self-aware. I can identify these are not good, so they're not me. And it's crazy because like we know this but we don't know this. Like the fact that you can differentiate your negative thoughts to your inner monologue means that they're two different things. Do you get it? It's kind of like I cracked the code, well, I think so. Yeah. And so to start this off, a couple weeks ago I read this slideshow on TikTok, and I feel like that was the first kind of step I took into trying to rewire my subconscious to basically tell the negative thoughts to take a chill pill. And I'm actually going to read you guys the slideshow now. Like when I read it, I was just like, how is my For You page, is this magic? Like how has this TikTok healed me? What's going on here? But in all seriousness, whoever made that TikTok, shout out to you, because you're speaking some real shit. Okay, I'm gonna read it now. Okay, so you've got to stop taking your thoughts so seriously, dude. Your inner monologue is not who you truly are. You are the awareness of this inner voice. Think about how many problems would cease to exist if you simply didn't think about them. So instead of trying to reason your way out of negative thoughts through logic, just take a back seat. Understand you are the observer, not the speaker. This realization will ease the process a bit. As well, notice the emotion the negative thoughts causes in you. Where do you feel it in your body? What we're trying to heal is actually a feeling, an energy within that needs healing and space to be felt. The thoughts just kind of act as a messenger for these emotions to be fully released. Feel the feeling. Do not engage in conversation. Come back to being the listener as much as you can, not the inner speaker. And when I read that, I was like, I was a bit starstruck, because for someone who has been battling with negative thoughts and like struggled with like internalizing them like their whole life, this literally changed and shifted my whole perspective. But whoever sat there and created this, really, really, really cooked. And a round of applause, more than a round of applause to you, because wow. Like, you know, when sometimes you try and justify negative thoughts, like the very fact that you're trying to justify these negative thoughts shows you that you're not them. If you were these negative thoughts, if that is fundamentally who you are to your core, there would be no battle. There would be no justification. You'd let the thoughts be and you wouldn't even think twice. But the fact that you're thinking twice shows you're more than that. And like another thing, like for me, like it was either I was trying to justify to myself that I wasn't these negative thoughts, or I was trying to push them away. And like, don't get me wrong, like it's fair enough. You have a negative thought, you want to push it away. You don't want to hear it because it's like hurtful to you. But You see, that's what the negative thoughts want you to think. That's what they want you to do. And you notice when you have a negative thought and you try and push it away and it just comes back a bit stronger, and then you start spiraling and then you're cooked. That's essentially what happens. And something I'm realizing now is that the aim is not to push it away. The aim is to detach myself from it and let it be, because the negative thoughts are going to happen either way. Like, until you have fully healed and retrain your subconscious, they're just going to be there, and unfortunately that's just the reality of it. And at the end of the day, it is a mental illness. Like, the same way you have a common cold and the cold's aim is to make you sick, it's the same way whatever mental illness you have, it's trying to make you sick, essentially. It's trying to make you think these things. It wants you to kind of fall into that spiral. But that's why detaching yourself is the best option, the only option. Another thing that will help ease the process of negative thoughts is being self-aware and coming to the conclusion that maybe you're not okay. Maybe there is a mental illness, because I feel like a lot of people sometimes are in kind of denial, and that was me for a long time, I can't lie. But it's when you bring it to light and understand it, then you can learn to treat it. If you had something wrong with your arm, you would want to know there's something wrong with your arm, otherwise you can't fix your arm. The aim is not to conquer them, the aim is not to get rid of them, the aim is to understand that they're going to be there regardless, and it's just about staying true to yourself and realizing who you fundamentally are. And that, as the slideshow said, you just take the backseat and let them yap, because you're not that. And that advice has really helped me take the first steps into healing and into being okay with myself and my mental. At the end of the day, you are the observer. You are the awareness of these negative thoughts. You are not your negative thoughts, And just keep that and lock it in. And that should provide you the first steps into truly being okay with yourself. And it's also important to note that this change, this swap in mentality, it won't happen overnight. It will happen gradually, and it's important just whenever you have a negative thought, click back on this video or even think back to what I'm saying, It's all about rewiring your subconscious and just reminding yourself. Each time you have a thought, remind yourself of this. For me now, there'll be times where I'll have a negative thought, and back in the day that would consume me and I would be spiraling for the next couple hours. But now I'm just damn, brain, you're creative. How the fuck did you think of that? And I don't shame myself for it, because I acknowledge that there's a couple screws loose, but I'm taking the steps to make those screws tight again. So thank you guys for watching this. I hope this helped. It helps me. So that's one person. But love you all. Bye.